Hello! So, today I want to talk about something that was a big concern of mine before I came to Japan, and that is the language barrier. Because the people here, they don't really speak English. So I want to tell you about my experience learning the language, and I'll give you plenty of examples of some really essential and basic phrases or questions or sentences that you can use in kind of day-to-day life in a variety of ways. So even if you're just coming to Japan for a holiday or you're just curious about the language, then this video is for you. Honestly, I think that you can get by in Japan with absolute basics, like the bare minimum. You do not need to learn a lot to be able to do a lot in Japan. Just to be clear, I'm not trying to discourage people from putting a lot of hours into learning the language. You kind of want to put in the effort before you come to Japan, and then when you get here and you know what your situation is, then you can kind of evaluate, like, okay, I can calm down a bit, I don't need to study as much, or I need to keep it up or do more or whatever. As I've said before, I've been really lucky and I've been placed near a lot of major cities. I actually almost exclusively hang out with and talk to English speakers, so really my motivation is low for that reason. But you don't know where you're going to be placed. You could be placed in the middle of nowhere with no English speakers for miles and miles other than the teachers you work with, and that was kind of my initial fear and why I started studying Japanese in the first place. But also, I'm not trying to say that... Oh my god. Can you hear that?
Oh my god.
This clarinet player, every day, it plays the same stupid ass tune. I can't deal with it! Oh my god!
Yeah, we're with the pet hospital down the street, and I understand you have a dying animal on the premises.
For me, I personally started to learn Japanese by myself over one summer when I was kind of thinking about applying for the JET program and I had a lot of spare time. I tried to put in about an hour a day. It didn't happen, but usually I got a few hours in each week. And then when I fully decided, okay, I'm going to go for the JET program, I thought, right, I need to take this up a notch. So I went to a night class at Edinburgh University, which was once a week, which I did have to pay for, but it wasn't actually too expensive. And I did that for maybe 6 months, including a break in between for Christmas and stuff. And you know, that's 1 hour a week of my life, and I did about an hour of studying outside of class, so 2 hours a week. If you want to learn the language properly so you can say, I can speak Japanese, that's not enough time. But like, if you just want the basics so you can get by and survive in Japan, then, you know, that's not a lot, and that's all you need really. Anyway, so basically the Japanese language has 3 alphabets. There is hiragana, katakana, and kanji. We ain't gonna talk about kanji because that shit's like real hard. I'm just gonna cover hiragana and katakana very briefly. If you decide to learn Japanese, this is probably the very first thing you will learn. So hiragana, each symbol is something that you can look at and you know how to pronounce it. Unlike kanji, where symbols represent whole words and stuff and there's no real way to know how that word is read. So hiragana are very helpful because even if you don't know what a word means, if you can read the hiragana, you can at least, you know what to type into Google Translate or something like this. So they're immensely helpful to know. Obviously there's some exceptions and some additional rules to that, but that's kind of the basics. Also there's katakana, which is essentially the exact same thing, but different symbols.
Welcome to Pointless.
Don't ask me why. I don't know. These are basically used for different circumstances, for example, words that come from English, like interneto. One thing you should know about the Japanese language is that, not even just the language, but in general, the people here are so polite. The culture is very much based on politeness. So the first word I'll tell you that you really should know if you're coming here is sumimasen.
Sumimasen. Nihongo. Muzukashikute.
This is a good example of a small amount of Japanese that can take you a long way, because this word has so many uses. So first of all, it means excuse me. So if you're like passing someone in a crowd, you'd be like, oh, sumimasen, can I get past? That kind of thing. Excuse me. Also, it can be used as an apology, so if you bump into someone by accident or you didn't realize you were in someone's way.
Fucking move, you fat dick! Move!
But also it can be used in a restaurant to call over a waiter. Sumimasen, excuse me. So many uses, and it's just a very good word to know. Basically, just memorize that word, okay? Just do it, okay? Another one which has a billion uses is onegaishimasu. It basically means please, but you can use it in a whole bunch of contexts. You know, if you're at the store and they're like, do you need a bag? You can say onegaishimasu. You can use it as a way of saying yes a lot of the time, onegaishimasu. More politely, if you point to something and say onegaishimasu, it kind of just means, can you please hand me that? Please give me that. Or you could even say kore onegaishimasu, which means kore means this. So you can use that as well as a combination in a lot of settings. Who knows? You decide.
Cruel.
If you're at a restaurant, you're looking at the menu and you can see pictures but all the writing's in Japanese and you have no idea what anything's called, you can just point to one and say kore onegaishimasu. It's a very foreigner thing to do, but you know, I still do that a lot of the time. Even if I can read the hiragana or something, if the waiter comes over quickly and asks me and I panic, I'm just like, kore onegaishimasu.
Stay calm! Wait, everybody calm down!
Something that I've found in day-to-day life is that some sentences or questions that are important to know, that are easy to remember, are your basic who, what, why, where, when, your 5 W's. So for example, where. If you want to ask where something is, doko desu ka? Where is it? And if you know that, then it's really easy, because in any scenario, if you're looking for a place or an item or something like this, you can just tack it onto the front, add wa. Don't ask questions, just do it, okay? And you're good to go. Sumimasen, hankyu eki wa doko desu ka? If you're at the supermarket and you want lunch and you want to know where the bento is, you could say sumimasen, o bento wa doko desu ka? Simple questions or sentences that you can just like remember and put in one new piece of vocabulary every time. You're set. On the topic of like trains and buses, one that I also find really useful is, so I know the verb for to go, as in to go somewhere, is ikimasu. So if I want to know where, if like I'm at a platform of a train station and a train pulls up and I'm just not 100% sure if it's my train or not, I can ask a stranger, sumimasen, and say, for example, I'm going to Osaka. I can put it. Oh my fucking god. Nothing is going right today. Why won't this mic stay in place? Oh, the traffic outside, this is some bullshit. Yeah, so if the train pulls up, you don't know if it's your train or not. Sometimes I might... Oh my god! God, Tanya's coming over in 20 minutes. I'm not ready. Tanya, I'm not ready. Don't come. I'm a mess. So if I said, sumimasen, Osaka ni ikimasu ka? This is me pointing at the train. I'm asking, basically, does this train go to Osaka? And, you know, it's the same with buses as well. Trains are a bit easier. Usually there's a lot of English character text, but some buses are hard because they don't even have numbers. It's just got kanji all over them, and it comes and I'm like, I have no fucking clue where this bus is going. And again, all I've learned is the word for to go. I know the question mark, and I'm plopping, you know, where I want to go in the beginning. And I can use that in a million different ways. What have we even learned so far? Some basic polite phrases, which to be honest, you should look up of any given language when you're going to that country, even just for a holiday. The uses of like the W questions and to go. That's it. And to be honest, I don't use much more Japanese than that in day-to-day life. It's such simple, there are a few other like words and phrases and questions and stuff I know, but like if you try and teach yourself or go to a class and learn the basics, or even just look up some YouTube videos, you know, you're gonna come across a lot of that basic stuff. Hi, welcome to my ASMR video. This is some ASMR blue tack hate going on. Fuck you, blue tack, I hate you. It's actually white tack, but it's basically blue tack. Okay, back to the video. Oh, one I forgot to mention that you should know is wakarimasen, which just means I don't understand. So, sumimasen, wakarimasen is like, yeah, I don't understand. You could also ask, eigo wakarimasu ka? Which means, do you speak English? Oh. And then if they say no and you know it's not going to be any help to talk to them, you can be like, sumimasen. Just back away slowly. Okay, so just to summarize the phrases and words and stuff that I said, I'm going to put them on screen. So here's what I covered today. Yeah, so if you don't remember what I said or you want to go back and look at it again, you can just kind of come to this frame in the video and hit pause. So yeah, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, or if you just enjoyed it, then please give it a like. If you really enjoyed it and you want to see more of me talking about Japan and the JET program and just seeing my life here, then please do subscribe to the channel. I put videos out every Monday, Japan time, usually. And yeah, that's it really.
Here's some bonus ASMR. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.